Hello YouTube, this is Judson Game 44 here, and today we are here to do a SpongeBob review of the best day ever. Why is this episode hated? Well, this came back out in the earlier 2000s, back in the season 4, and pretty much it was doing a 100 episode marathon of the other episodes of SpongeBob, of fan favorites I heard about. And pretty much it was like this. This was not a real special or anything. There was like no really great. I mean, it had a good build-up, but really, it's not really special. It's not really should even be a special or something that should be great, or something that should have got so much attention on, and when fans see it, they just start to hate it. So, why? Well, first of all, the episode begins with SpongeBob waking up saying, "It's going to be the best day ever." And this is where it begins. He's going to first be doing fried cooking, then pretty much Sandy's cryo match with Always, Patrick jellyfishing, and then Squidward's clarinet style, where it's a concert. So, what happens? Well, when he gets to the Krusty Krab, there's an infestation. And so, this is where it begins. He tries to get rid of them, and then he does. And then he goes to Sandy for the cryo match, as always. And then, pretty much, the tree zone is getting flooded. SpongeBob is able to help it, but Sandy's still busy with everything getting fixed up. Sandy doesn't have time to do any crime matching, since the treatment's busted. And pretty much, Patrick's net's broken, so he gives him his net, all reliable, and he doesn't have time to play with it. So he goes to the concert, being depressed. Pretty much the same thing as always. There's always a problem, so SpongeBob's able to fix it. The concert is saving everything, but for the next few minutes, we're pretty much seeing this. It's where SpongeBob is trying to get in, but he can't because he doesn't have no ticket. So, no ticket, no interesting. When Mrs. Puff finally came on, he says his name right in front of the guard and says, "Wait, did you just said SpongeBob SquarePants? You're on the video pilot. What the?" Okay, I literally have no idea. P-I-Alias? I really forgot what he said. Pretty much, though, he's one of the special guests, and he's with all his friends listening to the Squidward. The second when he sits down, though, is pretty much the concert ends. And that's when SpongeBob immediately snaps. He immediately jumps on the stage and explains this was supposed to be his special day, best day ever, but yet it's ruined. No matter what he did, it just got ruined. Everyone else of his friends was able to tell him it was okay, but SpongeBob's upset, saying, "This was all supposed to start the day of the Krusty Krab, and now the concert's over when I just finally got in the building." And Mr. Krabs explained, "It's not about this or that, it's not about any of that. It's about us." Pretty much the point of this episode was trying to make a point. You should not really let things... You're not going to expect everything, like, pretty much everything's going to be perfect, and if they just got ruined, you should not be so upset about it all the time. But, however, that's not really a good idea for how this worked. Besides Squidward's clarinet style, the problem with the episode here is that, well, first of all, this is not even supposed to be really a special. I don't know why the writers of the show choose to make a big deal out of this episode. This should have just been an ordinary episode, and perhaps maybe would not have been that much complaining about it. But either way, there was still a big problem with it. Besides Squidward's clarinet style, the other three is that pretty much SpongeBob does this literally like every day or every week of his life. So, however though, there is a possibility this could work. The Krusty Krab could have had something like a best food critic, or there was going to be like a standoff or something like competition, but sadly the restaurant is closed because of the infestation, so we can't do that. There's ways they could have made that part just interesting, or just upgrade everything. The way how they did with Squidward instead of not just playing in the house. They gave him his own concert, and the way how it seemed, Squidward actually did form a good show. So, what happens next? Well, for Patrick and Sandy, it's obvious. They could have each had like a special match-off. Patrick could have honestly been entering in a big, well, some type of jellyfishing race or something. Something that would just make it way more interesting. The same thing with Sandy. They could have been going to a giant dojo where they would have been competing, but Sandy couldn't go. And Sandy actually had the tickets and everything, but she lost them and they got ruined or something. Something like that, really. And no matter what happened, pretty much it all messed up. And well, pretty much that's what happens in this episode. Nothing really that interesting until Sword's clarinet solo happens. The writers had a few different ideas what they could have possibly did, but instead of changing things up a little bit, besides doing the Sword concert thing, yeah, they pretty much kept everything else the same for all the characters what SpongeBob would have been doing throughout the day. So, besides all that, does this episode deserve to be watched? Well, like I just said, if the writers were smart and not made a big deal out this episode, because it's not special, it's nothing really great that deserves a 100 marathon episode thing. Yeah. The writers just had no idea what they were doing with this episode at all. They honestly thought it would just make a big hit and everything. But, besides all that, they should just really focus on, like, making it into a real special episode, not something that should have just been teaching kids a lesson about something. So, besides that, I hope you did enjoy this video, because this is Justin Game 44 signing out. Until then, I'll see you all later. Bye!